Okay, so this is the Sherry's Leadership Notes thing. So I am going to go through, I have a lot here, so I'm going to try my best. I don't know how long this is going to be, but you can always watch a little bit at a time. I have a lot of notes, so let's start going here, 39 to 47. This is my bullet journal, by the way. I'm loving it. Okay, so Leadership Conference Notes 2021. This is what connected with me. So take what you find interesting and use it for yourself. So the first thing they said was, I have everything in me to succeed. So you have everything in you to succeed. You just have to do it. Courage comes from the inside. Courage comes from inside you. Strong values make courage. Our back office is going mobile. Seriously, you have no idea how excited I am about that. So sometime this year, they're going to take our back office, and you can use it on your phone, which right now it's very cumbersome. You have to go to Safari if you have an Apple. And oh my gosh, what a disaster. So I love it. They're also we're going to try and push the app. That's my thing, is push the app, the Norwex app, because they're going to be able to go in there and do auto replenish. So say they notice once a year that they're like, I need a new Enviro. That's my Christmas gift to myself. So they can schedule it for once a year. If they're like, I need my laundry detergent, I don't want to think about it, bam, they can choose that and it's going to happen. So that's sometime this year as well. We'll find out more. They're opening a second distribution center, guys, in the GTA. So if you're close to the GTA area, that is really going to make our shipping so much faster. How amazing is that? The GTA is the edge of my town. So I'm very excited about this. So we actually, I don't know if you know about our sea bins, so if you don't, look it up, because I'm not going to explain it all here, because it's going to take me forever. But we had some sea bins that collect plastic out in the sea, and now we're going to have them on every continent in which Norwex sells. Every continent. So these are exciting things to me. Plastics become our bottles. So the plastics that they're finding in the oceans are actually, they're making it in ocean-bound plastic, and they're making it into our bottles, which we already knew. Something that's courage is contagious. That's something that Debbie Bolton said. Courage is contagious. So this is something that I've made the notes, but I've noticed in our back office it's not happening right now in Canada, but it will be back, so don't panic. There's a give back box. So what you do is you're going to so it's a Norwex box. When you get your shipment, they're going to take it, and you put stuff in it, gently used things, and you go on and you print the label, you slap it on, and you bring it to the courier, and they send it back. It doesn't cost you anything, and they use the gently used goods to help communities. And we can also nominate our favorite charity for the annual charity benefits. So you can do that. They usually bring that up at regular conference every year. So that's going. Conference is actually going to be. This was not part of my notes, but it's true. Conference is going to be online again this year, so I would love to have every member of our team there. How amazing would that be? Because you can do it this year. It's going to cost not much. Okay, so body burning. There was a panel on body burning. It was a doctor and Amy Kadora. So chronic exposure to chemicals does damage. So we think it's the one-time exposure. It's not. It's the chronic exposure that causes your chemicals to build up, so that your body can't really safely get rid of it. There isn't safe levels because the exposure combines. So there's no safe level of chemical exposure, because each time you expose yourself, they're piling up. People are actually chemical soups these days. Most of the chemicals have not been tested. They only get tested after they are exposed. So after we're exposed to it, and people are like, what's this doing to us? Then they test it. If it, like, people are questioning it and it gets like brought up a lot. Brain-based disorders are from air pollution, flame retardant stuff, and phthalates. We don't need pesticides for our foods. We know that. We need to find out the risk factors and stop before exposure. So they're saying right now it's after exposure we're doing the testing, but this doctor and his team are recommending do the testing, then expose people if it's safe. We need to move towards no chemicals. That's his recommendation. But it takes time. And people buying into the message from science, he said, is key. Moms have more power than they know. And he said that was one of the reasons why he chose to talk to Norris Consultants, because there's a lot of moms. There are dads too, which is amazing, and I'd love to have some dads on our team, but we have a lot of moms, and moms have the buying power. We're the ones that choose generally what comes into the house, and we have more power than we know. And as we raise our kids, I know my husband, we had to buy everything that his mom used. So that's the same kind of thing, right? So little shifts actually matter. So keep making small changes. So sometimes I know when I have parties, I hear, oh, you're telling me I have to buy everything right now. No. I mean, I'd love you to, like, take one of everything in the catalog if you're rich. But my thing is, if we change out one EnviroCloth, how many chemicals are you removing from your house, right? Like one little small change, and then the next thing, what's your next thing? Remove your Windex, right? That sort of thing. So autism is dramatic. There's a dramatic rise in numbers, 600% increase in 10 to 20 years. 600% increase in autism. So he's looking into genetics isn't the key, or he's saying that they're looking into genetics, but that's not the key. He says we need to look at the environment. So what the kids are being exposed to, because 600% increase is not from the genetics. What can we do as people was the question. Demand removal of toxic chemicals from health professionals. So we need to go to our health professionals and say, you need to stop using harmful chemicals. Choose organic foods, so less processed food. The more packaging, it means the more chemicals are in your food, and avoid canned foods, he says. So check your cosmetics, don't smoke. Would you rather a new drug or take steps today to stop the disease? So he's saying, if you were given the option right now, you were going to know that your kid is guaranteed in so many years to have this disease. Would you want to know that there's a new drug coming out? Would you like us to put all of our resources into a new drug, or to figure out how to stop that disease from happening? Well, he says, like, obviously a parent a kid with cancer right now is going to say, I want the drug. Absolutely. So we need to do both, but we need to be looking more into stopping the diseases from happening so that less kids, less families, less parents are going through this. Do a small change more as you can. So start with a small change, and as you can, add more. And that's been my Norwex journey, and that's what I try to share with people, right? Moms together sharing the mission can make a huge impact. This is a doctor who's not associated with Norwex. That's what he said. And that's what we're doing. That's what, just makes my heart sing, right? And then I'm not sure who said this, but it got me. Just keep going. You got this. That was one of the speakers. That's what she kept saying. Just keep going. You got this. And then there was a lady called Shama Hyder, and she was talking about building a business in a pandemic. She said, we look through micro and macro moments. So a micro moment is our lens changes as our life changes. So, my thoughts of as I was 20 years old are very different from me now at 45. So macro moments are global, like World War II. Women started in the workplace and never fully went back. That changed everything. That was a macro moment. 9/11 changed how we travel. COVID is a macro change. We are rethinking everything. We're rethinking our products. We're thinking how we work. Like more people are working from home. My husband works right behind me now, and he never did that before. Purchasing is very different. How people purchase. There is a lot of people who would never shop online who are now, right? Consumers are more open to doing new things right now. Their minds are open now. So a product that has always been a lot of teaching and trying to convince people, all of a sudden I have people going, I've been wondering about this for a long time. Let me learn. And they wouldn't listen before. I know because I've done the same parties with the same lady for a lot of years, and these people were not interested, and now they are. The difference. So digital sales won't go away. I have a boy. What? I'm on a video.
I'll make it a snack.
That was the important thing. He needs a snack. Change your mindset. So digital sales won't go away. That's what she's saying. That's a complete change. There's a lot of people who are realizing now, wait, this is way easier than going into the store. So they're just going to go digital sales. Some of us, they'll never go back. I mean, I was not a big go into the store person anyway. So you need to change your mindset. It's not going all the way back. We keep saying, I hear all the time, I can't wait till this goes back to normal. We're not going all the way back. I've said this and she's saying this. She's like, we're not going all the way back. We're not going to go from being a lot of online parties to all of a sudden back to everybody does in home. I bet you there's going to be a lot of people I want an in-home party right now because I want to see people. But we're not going to do a lot. There was girls that only did in-home parties and never sold anything online. That's changed for them forever, I think. So she's like, engagement comes in different ways. So you need to think of that. The thing you need to do is embrace empathy and education. She's like, you need to be a connector, which I know I am, and I know many of people on our team are natural connectors. So, and then you need to embrace content marketing. We need to leverage the power of video. So leverage videos is not going away. So those of you who hate doing lives or whatever, find videos and find quick videos that are going to snap attention. So Debbie Bolton, you need to just listen to Debbie talk. I could just listen to this woman, record her and just reading the phone book. I bet she'd be like, oh, Sue, Bob, she's an amazing lady. God bless this one. She's just the sweetest. Anyways, okay. So Debbie Bolton says 1.5 million new homes last year. We reached 1.5 million new homes last year. Isn't that amazing? So we all have defining moments in our lives, positive or negative. It's our response that counts, right? Joining Norwex is a defining moment. When we share, we're sharing more defining moments. Just think back to when you signed up. That was a defining moment for you. It's changed you, right? Discover your defining moments. You need to grow. We grow where we dream. We grow into leadership. Impact. Renew your impact by discovery, then growth. So discover, then grow. That's why I've been reading 10 pages a day. I find it's really huge in my life right now. She said, take action. Your calling is what you were made for. I'm having a hard time reading my action days. I think it says. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm writing too fast. 1, reflect on moments. 2, start doing. 3, what should you stop doing? 4, think about what you're good at. 5, think about what you're bad at. Who am I when the curtain is pulled back? So if somebody can see me when I'm by myself or just in my family, who am I then? That's who you really are, right? I can leave an imprint no one else can. We build people, people build the business. That's Norrex's heart, right? And then, so there's success clues. So they're foundational. Stay focused. Stay true to who you are, and the right way. There's a new ESL university coming in 2021. So once you get to executive sales leader, they're going to have a new university training for us. That's the promotion that I'm working on next, or that our team is working towards. So I'm really excited about that because we're going to get all the goods and I get to share it with you guys. So let's work on that. Auto replenish. So focus on it to have a safety net. So she said they're going to have the auto replenish. This is for Amy Cadora was talking about. So if you focus on the auto replenish, right? So you say to your customers, you're like, okay, I notice Betty Sue over here always buys her laundry soap, and sometimes she calls me in a desperate panic and says, oh my gosh, I'm running out of laundry soap. You can say, hey Betty Sue, download our app, go to auto replenish, and it'll send you one every 3 months, and you don't have to think about it. If you're finding that's too often, set it to 4, right? So then you know, right? If you get 10 of these people buying a laundry soap, you can count on every 3 months. So say you say, okay, I want these top customers doing 10 laundry soaps. So I'm going to get 10 customers to do a laundry soap every 3 months. You can bank on that income, right? Because you know it's coming. So that's where we need to be focused is who can we get? Who can we help? Right? So which of our customers always orders the same thing? Maybe it's the laundry booster. Maybe it's the shampoo. Maybe it's whatever. And see how often they do that and say, oh my gosh, do you know? Because especially moms, we want it to be easy and we don't need another thing to think about. Like, it's one of the reasons I got laser hair removal on my legs. So I don't have to think about it. Like, armpits, don't have to worry about it. There's winter and COVID and I don't have to worry about a hairy monsters. So less things to think about. That's why we have the replenish it. And it's money you can count on. So you need to step up and grab success. So there's a hosting party section in our new app. So we had a hosting app. I can never get the stupid thing to work. So now it's going to be part of our app. There's a hosting section. So they can see what their free dollars are at, who ordered what. They can order host rewards with the app themselves. Right? I know. So then they don't have to tell us. And they can see how much they have and blah, blah, blah. And then it's handled. Again, one thing off of us. So what we want to do is we want to push the app. Get them to use. And I actually have that in like big bold letters there. Push the app. Because they can also easily join from the app. So once they realize, dude, look at how much free stuff I'm getting. Oh man, I can like join, right? So, so some ways to push the app, we're announcing your VIP group that it's there. 5 people to beta test it, get a prize, get testimonials, share with your team, giveaway for all that try it. So that's the first set. So that was all during the actual thing. So then there was 7 different events where they were special trainings. And so I did those as well. Some I didn't get much notes because I just didn't find that they did anything for me personally. So you'll find that those aren't a lot here. So finding the perfect balance workshop. Who doesn't need that, especially now? My gosh. Okay, so a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So remember, this is a leadership conference, so it's focusing a lot on leadership. Okay, sorry. All of a sudden my screen went back on. So don't lose heart. Remember your why. Why did you get in this in the first place, right? So you're going to share your vision with your team. Share your why with your team, which I can do as well. Don't make the business complicated. Show how you do your business and sell leadership. So that's what we want. I want all of you to understand how amazing leadership is. I get way more excited about your accomplishments in this and watching you guys grow and realize how amazing you are and what you can do. So you don't do it all. And I'm learning this. This is what I'm learning is teamwork makes the dream work. Let leaders lead. We need to rest. So I am trying to get some of our leaders on our team that have moved up into leadership to help me come up with ideas and stuff like that. So as you move up, I'm here. Like, let's do this together. If you want to move up, let's do this together. So don't fail to plan. So plan ahead. Every quarter equals an incentive month. That's what she does. March and September equals a big one. And I'm thinking that we might do this. And June and December are smaller ones. So that we're making sure that we're always engaged, or maybe some of our people can move up in leadership. First week is always celebrate numbers. So in her team, the first week is always celebrating numbers. And the second week is team meeting. The middle of the month is her party. So she does her parties in the next 2 weeks. And then the fourth week, they do a team party. So she uses a notebook system, and organization is key. So the next one was how to run a fabulous Facebook party. She recommends, so she said if she was going to do she was hoping leadership was going to be in person, so she was going to play 2 songs as a dance party. I Am Here by Pink and I Am the Greatest by Sia. She said, you need to hear both of these because they're a message for you. So you want to bring the living room feel online. So you can't fall in love with one method. You must be able to adapt. Facebook is all about community. People have a 1.7-second attention span online on phones. On computer, it's 2.5 seconds. Like, that's how long we have to capture their attention. So you need to get their attention. What is your desired outcome? So before a party, think, what do I want? I want them to buy, host a party, and join, right? People will buy from you. Just be you. Trust your products. Admit that you have nerves if you have them. Make it in a group. Make it easy. Tailor to your group. Make a coaching video. Always say, in her coaching video, she always says, join Norix. You can join them in Norix before the party. Excite and invite. Personal invites on feed. You can also put it on feed too, but you want personal invites. You would need to comment. So she wants her hosts to comment in the party. She's like, this is something that she said that I thought was genius, right? Because we all have the hosts that really don't do anything. She said in her video, she always says, you need to comment. So imagine that you invited me over to your house and I was doing the party and I set up and everything and you helped me set up. And then all of a sudden you went and hid in your bedroom. That'd be weird. She's like, I'd feel uncomfortable. Your friends would be uncomfortable. I'm not making any sales. And they're all going to like trickle out of there. Like, what the frick is happening? She's like, you wouldn't do that in home. So why would you do that online? You need to be here. And I thought that was genius because I'm one of those ones that wants to hide in my bedroom when people are here. So I was like, but I wouldn't, right? Like, it's taboo. If I thought I could, I would. So why would I do that online? It makes no sense. And them commenting also helps the Facebook algorithm, right? So if they think that their product is important to somebody, they should tag them in that, right? Not tag all your customers and everything, but if you think someone's going to like the product, tag them in it. Let them know right up front, you need a booking. So you say to them, listen, you're going to need a booking to make this party a success and to get your rewards. And she posts thank you posts, like thank you so-and-so for ordering. And she expects her hostesses to participate in that. Oh yeah, thanks girl, or whatever, like whatever their thing is. She also puts a secret code word at the end of the video. So, because she's like, they used to say, oh yes, I've watched it, but then they hadn't actually. And so she's like, now they have to give the word. And so she's like, sometimes it's silly or whatever, right? She's like, I just come up with a word and then I put it at the end of the video. So it could be like, snuffleupagus or whatever it is. So then they have to say to you, like, snuffleupagus, right? And then it's like, oh, you actually listen to the thing, right? So it's not going to be like Norwex or something easy. It's something that they're not going to guess and that's going to, like, they have to say to you. So she actually has her host create a group. I do multi-host parties, so that's going to work. But if I were to do a single host party, this might be a good idea. So host create the group, helps the algorithm, it gives them ownership of the group, and they see they can do this job too, right? Because they did all the work. You want to tell your guests what to expect. Tell them how long a video will be. So if you post a video, be like, this is the 3-minute video. I think you should watch it. This is amazing or whatever. But tell them how long it's going to be. She's like, mix your media up to see who interacts with things. So like, you might post a meme and a GIF and then like a video and then just a graphic or whatever, right? So mix it up. So that was those. Notes. Multi-host Facebook parties, 66 to 67. So, and then that one's, yeah. So, the next one was getting started with multi-host Facebook parties. So this lady actually has an average of 5 hosts. She has a severe anxiety disorder like I do, so that's where her mentally can handle. That's about where I'm at too. About 5 is about my max. But I do 2 in the month, so that's 10 parties a month. And I would have never been able to handle 10 parties before. So host coaching. So she reaches out about a week before and tells them that they need to comment, tag, these are my expectations. She gives them all the expectations. She schedules an invitation process with them. A meeting, and then she says, the best is to do 100 people, and because it's a very strategic number, and then she says, because she tells people this, like, it's, the reason why I pick 100 is because a third will actually show up, right, and a third of those will actually purchase, so then you're down to your 10 to 12 buying guests, which is what the number we need to max out our hostess rules, right? So during the event, her hostess coaching is create the post leading up. So then she also sends an email with links. She follows up with, you can now shop. So these are all things that I have shared with you guys before in our files, but if you need them again, let me know. So she basically, the revamp group, she copies that. So party tips, she says she does more lives. So she does a group and she pre-schedules. So she reaches out to newbies about samples. So if somebody says, oh, I'm newbie, because there's a post to contact us, but they don't always. So she says, if they say I'm a newbie, she reaches out to them. And I've actually started doing that myself. And then they go, oh, I can ask for samples. I'm like, it was right there in the thing. I don't know who this is, so I'm just going to ignore it for now. And then she tells them to do a sample selfie. I don't know who this is. So she stacks the host or recruiter. So it's a very visual thing. So she'll stack the host or she'll stack the recruiter. Like the mop package or like the starter kit. So depending on what she needs. So if she finds that her hosts don't have a booking yet, so she'll do stack the host with whatever the rewards are for that month, and she uses her husband. Or if they all have a party already, then she goes with the package, the mop pack, like the joining package. So she goes live multiple times. She does a butter demo. another demo to wow, like maybe the glow germ or chicken demo. She does something like a mob odor eliminator dust, like another one. Then she does the stacking. Oh, and then she does all her prize draws. So for her prizes, she'll do a prize post, and then it's usually a picture of something, and then they have to comment or do whatever it is, and then she does drawings on that. But she puts prize post right at the so they'll spot that. And then ordering a follow up, she sends follow up to all buying guests, so she always contacts them personally. So then this next one is the one that I've taken the heart and I'm doing more of with all of you guys. So I think it'll really help all of our teams, and it'll be less pressure on me, less pressure on you, and it'll just make life easier. Two birds, one stone kind of deal. So it's onboarding with the mega launch parties. So it's doing the mega host parties, but having you guys all join me if you want to. And so I'm host coaching my hosts and you guys as well. If you once you've been through my host coaching, you'll know what to do, and you may have your own way of doing it, so you don't necessarily need that. But so you're gonna focus on relationships when you're onboarding a team member, right? We want to focus on relationships. That's what we're doing, like with our customers, our hosts, and our potential leads, and our team, right? We want to build. We're doing life together, right? So any team member in her personal group can join. So she has leaders, other red jacket leaders, and so she says, like, once you're a red jacket leader, you're on your own. But like we're not there yet, so you can all join mine for whatever. So she does a group chat with for that party with the consultants. So that's what I've started. So if we have like 5 of you guys that want to join me, we'll all join in on that one, and then we'll talk about certain things. So consultant expectations Google form, she has that. I've created one as well. And then for them, they need to provide a small prize that they're willing to give, their links to their hosts' parties, and they need to be willing to be present, because if not, like, that's not helping my customers or your hosts, because we need more people talking in the group, and that helps the Facebook algorithms. So, and also your hosts are like she abandoned me, right? So she's saying you need to be present, which it makes sense. Like we don't mind doing the main part of the work, but you have to do your work as well, right? Because we're not working your business for you. It just made total sense to me. So what she does is that she assigns the Safe Haven 5 products to each consultant to post in the party. So she'll say, okay, like Connie, you're going to do the dusting bit, and Lindsay's going to do the paste, and Christine's going to do laundry soap or whatever, right? And you all just, and then that reminds them to be there, right? Because you got to post something in the group. And she does it live on the Glow Germ herself. So for the sending samples, she says you all have, like, each of her consultants have to send their own samples unless it's their first party. Then she does it for them. Right now, I'm willing to do it anybody in our downline. So if Christine has a new recruit and she puts her in there, I'll do the samples for them. But going forward, like, as we grow, then that would be a lot on me. So then, like, they, maybe their leader would be willing to do that for them or something like that. Like, so I'm doing my personals. So then she does the follow-up, but she does it with her customers, her hosts, and her team as well. And then she says the reason she does this is they learn, so her team, so when you put your new team members in my thing, like in my party, they're going to learn to host coach because they can opt into the hosting coach. Recruiting, they learn that, and she's going to send a pre and post survey, and they have a question and answer group, which we do too. So I hope you all know about that. If not, ask me and I'll make sure you know about it and you're in there. So if you have a person that's wondering about it, put them into this group. Ours is with Andrea and Becky because they're my accountability partners, and so we do everything kind of together. So she does a booking, and she teaches them to incentivize booking. So if you have a hostess coach or hostess that's not getting a booking, she shows her team members how to do that, right? So she says, don't share a VIP group and party. So right now, when I do my own parties, my ultimate host, I do a giveaway on whether you want to join my VIP group because I'm trying to build that. But she says, actually, she doesn't do that because if I promote my VIP group and it's a group party, what's going to happen, right? Like Connie's and Amanda's and Lindsay's customers are going to join my group. They're going to be my people. That's not, so I put that down so I know, don't do that when I make these parties up. Going forward, I'm going to have to remove that. But she does it one-on-one in the follow-up. Says, oh, thank you so much. I'd love for you to be a part of my group. And then she actually does like a giveaway in her group for anybody who's joined that month. So then the next one I did, and I didn't find it for me. I feel like we already have a fairly good team culture on our group. Is something that I've really worked on. She says, for creating your team culture online, she calls out the gifts she sees in her team. And they don't often see it in themselves. And I know that because I've talked to you guys and I see the things in you. Like I see potential leaders in so many of you and you're all like, not me. And I'm like, dude, like if I am, I can see it in you. So she has them join her VIP group so they can see, and she doesn't stop growing. 5 things you can do is 1, listen to others' ideas. Let your team learn from others. So she says, like some leaders, she's heard them say, you know, come to me if you need anything. But she's like, what, like, well, and this is what we do, right? I let you guys learn from Andrea and Becky because I'm like, it's too much to train everybody like I can't. I don't know everything. And they come up with stuff and I'm like, genius, and I'm learning from them, right? So we're learning that we can learn from each other, and then you guys feel comfortable sharing your ideas because we all learn from each other. So she also uses like the Marco Polo app to keep in touch with people, chats, stuff like that. She says, walk the talk. So whatever you're doing in your business, I can't tell you to work your business, and I'm not working mine. Set goals and share them. And she's like, on our team, we're problem solvers. And I think that's us. Like, there's no drama, she said, and we're not a drama group, right? Like, if you have an issue, bring it to me, and we will talk about it, and I'll handle it. We'll handle it together. But we don't post drama in our chat and bring everybody down. That's not what we do. If we have a problem, we like, oh my gosh, guys, I don't know what to do. Help. And then we solve the problem. Or you come up with your problem and they go, guys, I solved this problem. I thought maybe you guys could learn from that, right? So you inspire confidence. You get to know your team. And then you be a motivator. So she does annual team Christmas mega parties. She says she gets her jacket leader to do something special for her team, which I could totally do. Get Caroline to come into her group and say something, or to record a video, or whatever. So that was that. I know I had. So then there was another one, and this is short too, because I just, I felt like it was covered in other ones for me, but so foster the culture of leadership online, and the 3 ways you do that is, first of all, she says invite team into leadership. So you go to them and say, hey, like, you should do this. I can see you doing this. So you lead by example. 1, you lead by example. 2, you give recognition. And 3, she does a leader meeting each month. Where they come up with ideas. We have 2 TCs and me right now, so we haven't been doing that, but the rest we kind of already do, so I didn't take a lot of notes with that one. So I did have some notes from a leadership latte with, bonus stuff from Nancy, because I feel like we all need to hear from Nancy, because, oh my gosh, she's amazing. I started doing personal calls with Nancy. Today was my first one. So whoever your regional sales manager is, if you want a one-on-one coaching call with somebody who's been there, done that all, and just would have a different perspective, dude, call your regional sales manager and set up an appointment with them. Okay, so the leadership latte, latte notes is 64 to 65, and I'm going to come back to this one because that's my homework for the day. So 64 to 65. So I did a leadership latte. So if you're a sales leader above, or just sales leader, she just said sales leader. She did. We all kind of chatted, and here were some notes that I took. So focus on you in 2021. John Maxwell says to focus on your top skills, not on the things you are weak at. So she said, so focus on your BBB, because I'm a sales leader. So that's my builder bonus, something builder bonus. Anyways, so if I recruit 2 to 3 people each month and they get a $250 in sales, then I get a bonus. Every day is a mindset reset, which was huge for me because I was struggling mentally. If you choose to do so what she says is when you're offering somebody the business, she says you start with $200 and you go up from there. So you say worst case scenario. So they say, how much is the kit? You say $200. And then, because that's the worst case scenario, right? So if you say, oh, you could get it for free, or $200, well, now it's like, oh, bait and switch, right? But if you say, oh, it's $200, and she said, most people say, oh, that's not much. And you could say, yeah, and you know what? With Norwex, you can earn it for free if you choose to do so. She says, you need to say, if you choose to do so. It's not our job to get it for them for free. That's up to them. So if they choose to work it, right? And then she's like, and then they're like, but if they say, ooh, $200 is expensive, you say, well, if you choose to do so, you can earn it for free. Norwex has options for doing that. Let's talk about those, right? So she's like, for our team, which we're doing this in February if you want to join us, who can give away the most mops? She says in her VIP group, what she does is she says, she does a giveaway. So everybody who has a mop gets 2 tickets if they take a picture with themselves at the mop, 5 tickets if they do a video review of the mop, and 1 if they don't have the mop but they say why they'd like it. Because then you reach out to those who have it and say, do you have a friend who would want this mop, right? And if they don't have it, you give them the options of how they could get it, right? Joining, hosting, buying, right? This creates leads. What? Okay, so that I thought was genius. So then today, now a lot of this was for me personally, but I thought I would share with you just some of the things that I went, bah. She says ups and downs are normal, because I said, I've been having a little up and down, and she's like, that's normal. You're normal. And I said to her, I've never been accused of being normal before, so I'll take it. I control me. I don't get to control how you guys work your business, and you can't control how I work my business or how your team works their business. You control you, and that's all I can control. She's like, in this business, she says, I always hear people say, oh, my upline isn't doing very good for me, blah, blah, blah. She goes, you don't need an upline. In this business, what you need to succeed is a downline. So you don't need me. She says a good leader is a bonus, right? Like, I'm lucky to have Caroline, who's an awesome leader. But if I didn't have her, because she's not close, right? For me, she's not close. So sometimes I'm out here doing it on my own. I didn't need her, but I do need you guys. That's how I'm going to succeed. And I see it. Like, you guys keep me going. She says to focus on your personal business, That's the key. If you want to get anywhere, focus on your personal business and the rest will follow. So that's what we're going to do. So yeah, I just thought I would share those notes with you. If you have